And welcome to another episode of the official McCoy podcast, brought to you by Officialize and the good folks at the No Coast Beer Company. The Patriots won the Super Bowl, y'all. Are we surprised? There's 6 rings. 6 rings now. It's working on the other hand, that Tom Brady guy. But relax, Michael Jordan is still the GOAT. Tom Brady's had a couple subpar Super Bowl performances that have gone unnoticed. Michael Jordan never had any subpar finals performances. Well, welcome to the official McCoy Show. Hope and trust you had a good weekend. Enjoyed your Super Bowl. Hope you saw that Julian Edelman also was the MVP, and he was on our players to watch list. Recovered from that whole PEDs incident to be in talks of being chosen for the Hall of Fame, getting their jacket. Can't be giving Julian Edelman no jacket yet. Did a good job from rebounding from the PED situation and not showing that same love to Flash Gordon, but Edelman got it off. He got it off. He survived his PED fiasco and ended up playing well and ended up. I just realized something. He didn't even get a car. What's wrong with the NFL? They're not giving out cars no more for the MVPs. I didn't see any car situation. They didn't give away the Silverado, the Charger, the Ford Focus, the Cruze, the Chevy Cruze, tops in its class. I didn't see none of the American car makers flex their muscles at the Super Bowl. I just thought of that. I'd be mad as hell if I won an MVP and nobody blessed me with a car I could give away to the offensive line or somebody else like Sony Michel, who probably should have won the Super Bowl MVP. You know, I'm happy for him. But where's the car? That's whack. The NFL always misses great opportunities to do something fantastic for the brand, for the players. Come on, man. Everybody know you're supposed to get a car when you win the MVP of the championship. Got me sidetracked for a minute. Almost as sidetracked as that damn halftime show was. The halftime show was whack. Let's be honest. I was confused. It was slightly culturally misappropriated. I know everybody likes Adam Levine. They watch him on Fox and the little show he got, but I didn't want to see Adam Levine's nipples, dog. If we can't see Janet Jackson's nipple slip, why am I subjected to Adam Levine's nipples? I don't want to see that. Adam Levine walking around with 2 or 3 Travis Scott chains. Since when does Adam Levine start wearing Travis Scott ice? Y'all didn't peep that. You didn't peep that Adam Levine borrowed 2 of Travis Scott's chains before the performance, and he was wearing the chunky drip and the Jordans. I don't know. I used to like Adam Levine. I like Maroon 5, their first works. You know, what was that? Songs of Jane, and what was the one after that? Their first 2 albums, maybe 3, were decent. Then they turned into something else, and he turned into something else. And now he's up there. You got Travis. What was Travis Scott doing? Ask yourself that. You took through all that heat to come up there and rap 6.5 bars after a SpongeBob intro. Then he stood up there like he was God, like he just killed it. You know what I mean? You know when you close your eyes and get to sniffing, he closed his eyes and he got to sniffing, looking around. What was that? What dome was that? The Georgia Dome? The Mercedes-Benz Dome. Excuse me. The Georgia Dome I dated myself. The Mercedes-Benz Dome. Yeah, but Travis Scott sat up there and rapped 10 bars after a SpongeBob intro, sat up there and looked like he was God Almighty. I ain't rolling with that, Travis. I like Travis Scott. I'm not going to throw him too far under the bus, but it wasn't worth it for you to come out there and rap 10 bars. And you did a Drizzy song with no Drizzy. You can't do sicko mode with no Drizzy. If you're the hottest artist, rapper, entertainer, one of them in the game, you can't be doing cover songs without the feature at the Super Bowl. Where they do that at? They seen Michael Jackson come up there popping and locking, throwing hats off, moonwalking, giving you 3 different songs, all him, all Mike, Prince. I mean, it's been some fantastic Super Bowl. It was just wrong. Can't do cover songs as a professional singer at the Super Bowl. And what the hell was Big Boy doing? One half of Outkast. We know he's from Atlanta. Big Boy pulled up in the Cadillac, the drop top Cadillac, y'all, with the fur, with the ATL hat. What, he rapped half of "I Like the Way You Move," and then that damn Adam Levine came over there sleeping over Sleepy Brown's bars. He was singing over Sleepy Brown's bars. I couldn't even hear Sleepy get down with the "I Like the Way You Move" hook because Adam Levine brought his ass over there, drowning out the Sleepy Brown and Big Boy vocals. And then Big Boy was gone. Right? And then who came next? Did it matter? I don't think it mattered. It was weird, man. It was weird. It lost my attention. Then we had to watch Adam Levine sing songs to Jane with his nipples out in the middle of the Super Bowl. At least the NFL commercial saved the day. The NFL commercial was dope. LT, Dion, Ed Reed, Beast Mode. Even Goodell was kind of funny. I didn't mind Goodell's little part. He's open over there. I felt like there was some little undertone that maybe I missed because I may or may not have to have a couple beers after that weird culturally misappropriated halftime show. But yeah, NFL commercial was dope. Saved the day. There were some other weird commercials. Oh, the Big Lebowski commercial was on point. He still got it. What's his name? Bridges? Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges still got it. That was one of my favorite movies. The Dude Abides. He killed it. He had the little, he's holding his lip like the dude. You know what I mean? He slipped right into character. Speaking of slipping right into character, Pat Mahomes won the MVP, but we knew he was the MVP. He was out there playing basketball. I knew that once he made a no-look pass in the middle of an NFL game that he played, he was a good basketball player. You can tell people who hoop because they pull out these random things. That's a no-look pass. You don't do no-look passes in any other sport besides basketball. Part of the reason why he's the NFL MVP is that he's breaking out of a lot of traditional norms that quarterbacks are considered to do. The drop back passing, the changing hands at different angles, sidearm, over the top, whatever you need. Used to be frowned upon, but now Andy Reid got out of the way and helped that young man unlock his mind. Congratulations. Win the NFL MVP. Would have liked to see him in the Super Bowl, but it didn't work out. So now he's in your 24-hour fitness serving people. You know? That'd have been dope if they had announced him as the NFL MVP and he was actually in that LA Fitness or wherever he was serving those dudes. It's fun to serve the dudes in the LA Fitness and the 24-hour whatever them places are called, because especially when they know you're on TV, because you get a lot of their best efforts. And it's admirable but misplaced. Foles opted out, then he got franchised. Cold move. What's he about to get, 26, 28 million now? Earned an extra 6 for the opt-out. What's going on over there? I thought that was your boy. I thought this was Carson Wentz's team. You know, Ephesians, Psalms 3:16. You know what I mean? Good Christian kid out there doing it for the Lord, for God. You got to watch out sometimes, man. Sometimes that Ephesians 28, 3:16, verse 22, line 9, have you caught up, right? Start throwing out stuff like when they start throwing you under the bus, you start talking about, I answer to God. You're going to answer to whoever owns this franchise and them fantasy points to have your ass out of your favorite fan base. No disrespect to the Lord. You should be humbling yourself, though. The Lord wants you to answer to the offensive coordinator and the head coach that can get you in the Super Bowl. So shout out Nick Foles. Nick Foles, is Carson Wentz, is he being Aaron Rodgers-ish? Is that what's going on in Philly? Is he smelling himself a little bit, encapsulated in the little bubble? Which you have to do sometimes, especially when you're coming back from injury. You got to rebuild yourself, rebuild your confidence, your self-esteem. You're away from your teammates, your trainers, and all that. Hope Carson Wentz don't turn into the next Aaron Rodgers, because they're going to have to play at a much higher level, and his availability is going to have to be at an Aaron Rodgers level. Aaron Rodgers played with one leg hanging on, limping around, still trying to make the throws. What's up with TG 400? I don't know what's going on. Is he healthy? Is he not healthy? I thought he was the man. They just break the bag open for him, let him put his hands all in it, take whatever he wanted out of the bag for a salary. Said he was up for, they wanted him to be the MVP of the Super Bowl, and then TG looked real, he looked injured. Let's keep it 100. That's not the same explosion we saw in Todd Gurley throughout the year. Thought he would have had a little time to rest. I think something's going to come out in the news about Todd Gurley's injury. I hope he's okay and he gets to get back to full speed. What's the dude's name? He came in and did a good job. C.J. Anderson was balling. Looked like a little bowling ball out there. He was getting wrecked. I like C.J. Anderson. It was a good story for him to be unused and then come in and make a Super Bowl room fresh. Speaking of fresh, I don't know if AD's on the way.
Kawhi's on the way.
Kawhi may not be on
Klay
the
Thompson's
way.
on the
Kyrie
way.
may not be on
Lakers
the way.
on the way.
Yeah,
baby.
Shout out Savvy for the edits. But I don't know if AD's gonna be on the way. I don't know who's gonna be over there at the Lakers. James Worthy and Michael Cooper might have to come out of the broadcast booth and get a couple minutes. The Lakers pulled out of the AD trade. They went all in. Offered the Shaq statue, the Minneapolis Lakers banner, 2 hot dog people, ice cold Coke guy, and half the team. You know, Kuz, Zoe, who else? B.I., Zubac, Josh Hart. Everybody was up for grabs. What's up with Dell? Demps is the question. You want this to be your legacy, sir? Sir, I'm not a general manager. I don't pretend to know the ins and outs of the CBA and different aspects to being a general manager. But I do know that if you're going to get 5 or 6 assets, cap relief, for what is that, first round draft picks for one player that you're not going to re-sign, you're not going to get a better deal than that, Mr. Demps. You kidding me? What is that about? Is that a petty move? Is that an ego thing? Like you don't want Magic to come over and finesse you? It wouldn't have been a finesse. You would have looked like you finessed Magic Johnson. The whole fan base was irate. We're trading away all our young core. What young core? You mean the same group of young talent that wasn't going to the playoffs the past 2 or 3 years? So you was going to wait on them another 2 years with LeBron? Or maybe y'all wanted to trade LeBron. I get it. Y'all still on the Kobe. We still on the Kobe stuff, Laker fan base, and we want to trade LeBron. What young core? What is a young core, young people? Just because you have a group of young people that came up together or in one place at one time, what makes them a core? Don't you have to win something to be considered a core? Right? When you talk about this core group of guys across any sports, usually they're winning. Correct? They at least go to the playoffs and they're like 1 or 2 pieces away by adding another younger player or a veteran to push them over the hump. I don't get this young core-ish. We're keeping our young core. They play good in the summer league. Then they don't go to the playoffs. We ain't got no time to be wasting. We got LeBron James. We're trying to get Anthony Davises and whoever else. We want to sing the Magic Johnson song. And we can't do that waiting around on this young core. It's funny how the Laker fan base isn't trusting Magic Johnson. Didn't he throw himself under the bus and say if he can't do this job in X amount of years, he would take his ass up out of there? So do you think the man is messing around? What's going on in the locker room? You seen the locker room? Got the millennial boys sharing a locker in there with their knees up on their phone in the same locker room, feeling sad for themselves. B.I. getting LeBron gonna trade you chance. That's new. It's cold-blooded. And you see the disconnect on the team, but that's this business. Everybody's up for grabs. Kyrie's up for grabs. They're talking about waiting on Jason Tatum and players that are already on other teams. Waiting for free agency. They tampering. They ended up trading for Bullock. Good move. They traded McCoy. He never got a chance. But that's the business. I hope he goes somewhere else and be able to get some shots up, because he did. He shot the ball well, but he didn't really hit any meaningful shots to keep his job. If you're playing with the best player in the world, you got to be Steve Kerr, John Paxson. You got to be this guy where the best player in the world kicks the ball out to you and it's cash. I don't know if that was speed yet. And we ain't got no time to be waiting around. Speaking of not having no time or waiting around, the Knicks ain't got no time to be waiting around for KP or Enes Kanter. KB had to go. You know, he's your unicorn. He's your 7'3" guy, block shots. You know, he's playing in the Garden. There's something that he wasn't buying into about New York, and I get it. He's coming off an injury, an ACL injury, a couple other injuries. You don't want to waste up any years of producing 25 and 10 and playing for a Knicks franchise that may or may not do the best thing for you. You know, you could lose a lot of his good years. Happens. Seen it a number of times with players, superstars want out of their situations because they don't want to lose their best years for teams that aren't going to compete for championships. Can't be mad at them. I think it was a good move-ish. Good move for Dallas. Cuban gets to get basically his Steve Nash, Dirk Nowitzki duo back over again. He already commented and said he wished he would have never broke that up. So now he's going to try to recreate it with Luka and KP. Just don't know how that's going to work out. You know what? They got to get Enes Kanter up out of there. I don't get it. You're not going to play him. You got to put up with this nonsense from the fan base. When he was trying to check in the game, he kissed the New York logo. He's telling people, the people from Turkey trying to kill him. Damn, Enes, you got a lot going on. You got to be averaging like 30 for everybody to put up with that nonsense. If you're going to be talking about they're trying to kill you over in Turkey and kissing in the middle of the New York court and going in the game when Fizz asked for somebody else, that's just it's a Travis Sham mockery. It's asinine 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Ain't nobody taking that from Enes Kanter. Humble yourself, dog. That ain't the way to appeal to the New York fan base. And it doesn't matter if the fan base wants you. They don't want you in there, or they would have had you on the court. Sorry, Enes. Got to knock it off. Causing my homeboy a bunch of distraction and stuff that he doesn't need. He's already having to deal with the New York Knicks bottoming out his win-loss record as a coach. This may or may not be his final destination, depending on what else goes on down there. So get Enes Kanter up out of there. Get KP up out of there. There's some people that want to play for the Knicks. We'll see how that free agency works out for them this summer. Tobias Harris to the Sixers. It's a good move. It's a good move. It's a good move. They don't have no depth. You know, they're top 5 heavy, but maybe that is the new move, right? Let's get top 5 heavy, get you some halfway decent players, let them play the back-to-backs, rest your top 5, get them geared up, keep them healthy, ready for the playoff. Now maybe you're going 5, 7 deep. Clippers got a bunch of cap space, a bunch of picks. They'll be able to offer maybe 2 max contracts. They'll be able to get Kawhi. Everybody wants Kawhi. You know, maybe they're in the Kawhi, Kyrie sweepstakes. Maybe they want to, never know. They got Jerry West over there. You never know. Jerry West waiting in the shadows, pulling off boss moves. That's what he does. He waits in the shadows. He starts clearing up space. Then he gets 2 or 3 people he wasn't supposed to. So maybe they luck up on the Kawhi sweepstakes. Maybe they get Kyrie. Maybe he wants to come out to L.A. and make more Uncle Drews. So L.A. may be a destination for him, because I don't think Boston is it. What else happened? Westbrook looked like he's back cracking. 7 straight triple-doubles. Maybe he's over the new baby. He had a new baby in the house. He looked a little tired. He didn't have that same spunk. But maybe that baby's gotten on schedule. They know who's getting up at what time to feed the baby. You know what I mean? When to taking naps. He's probably napping, got his nap schedule together with the baby now. Now he's back doing his thing. 7 straight triple-doubles. Get ready for right in time. If he's doing this right before the All-Star break, after the All-Star break, it's gonna be a problem. You know what wasn't a problem? Was the Kobe and T-Mac video. You guys don't remember, Kobe and T-Mac used to go back and forth as probably the top 2 players in the league. They were both with Adidas. They were both stealing each other's moves. There was some go back and forth between who invented the hang dribble. You know what the hang dribble is? Y'all know what a hang dribble is? I don't know if y'all know what a hang dribble is. Might be a different name. But T-Mac said he invaded the hang dribble. Then Kobe stole it and turned it into something different. But it went back and forth between each other. They had a great opportunity. Who was that? Rachel Nichols. They had a great interview with Rachel Nichols where Kobe admitted that he was keeping score. Of course Kobe keeping score. And that's just like T-Mac to be arrogant and not and a little aloof and not thinking one of the greatest competitors of all time wasn't keeping score. He's keeping score on a trash can. You can be throwing peanuts or Kit Kat wrappers in a trash can and Kobe's going to be keeping score. Thought that was a great video. What's going on in Major League Baseball? It's a long time without Machado and Harper being unsigned. I don't really think it's a good look. Maybe the owners aren't getting their return on investment. Right? You paying dudes $250. What's the talks up to now, Justin? You're a baseball guy. What's the talks for max contracts for baseball now? 300? 300 million. There was talks of it being more sometimes too. They're trying to get it up to damn near 500, 400, 500. It sounds crazy, but to give somebody $300 million, damn, for $300 million, you gotta pitch and win 20 games and bat 300 with 30 home runs and 100 RBIs. Like you can't just be out there just catching at first base and batting 270 with 48 home runs and a whole bunch of RBIs. I'm gonna need you to do a little bit more. Put a little something extra on mines for $300 million. And I don't think they getting that out of Manny Machado and Harper. Baseball needs steroids. Bring the PEDs back, man. Get the numbers back up so you'll be getting your return on investment. I'm just joking. PEDs and steroids aren't the way to go. But they got to do something to get their return on investment up. I know they play 182 games, but damn, they must be charging an arm and leg for the nachos then. They giving people $300 million, superstars 300, and somebody else got 80, somebody else got 50, 60, maybe 80. We ain't never going to see the end of the $25 nacho, the $20 beer. You're going to be paying $60 for a Coors Light if they keep signing these contracts in Major League Baseball. And that was it. For sports, it's pretty much all that's going on. All that I paid attention to. Y'all can pay attention to, the golf and all the rest of the, I know they got some soccer cracking, but there was nothing that satiated me from the other sports this past weekend and these first couple of days of the week. So let's slide off. Close this thing out with the culture update since we talked about everything sports that matter to me or things that I noticed. Let's talk about Liam Neeson. Damn, Liam. I spent bread on the Taken franchise. I saw, what's the other thing? The Gray. I was with you when you was on the plane. I was with you when you wanted to Star Wars, Liam. I was with you, Liam. I've been with you throughout. I thought it was Darkman. Fool, y'all remember Darkman? Liam Neeson was Darkman. I supported, and I bet you a whole other people of my shade and emoji color supported Liam Neeson through the years. Now Liam Neeson. You heard Liam talking about he going out looking for a black bastard to kill. Come on, Liam. He can't just be a bastard. He got to be a black bastard. And where was he walking around? Liam talking this shit, talking about he walking around looking for a black bastard to kill. Your ass wasn't walking around Flatbush. Brookline sipping on. Where's you walking around? Manhattan, walking around outside of a pub looking for a black bastard to kill. Liam Neeson, you fired. Cool. I retake all the great memories I have from you for the movies, and I hope Black Twitter roast your ass, and you can't never. I hope you can't even get a Hulu film after this. Netflix definitely ain't rocking with you. Hope you can't even get a Hulu or Amazon Prime film after this with your dog ass. I mean, is he letting the roles go to his head because he thinks he can fight and he think he really is Taken Man, where he can use his particular skill set? Man, they wrote that in the script for your ass. Keanu Reeves been kicking everybody's ass for the past 10 to 12 years throughout the Matrix trilogies and the John Wicks, and he out here giving away his shoes on the subway, and your ass out here talking about you looking for a black bastard to kill. I understand. Your friend got raped, and the culprit was black. In a fit of rage, you know, you could have been, but that's a personal thing you keep to yourself, Liam. You don't, when they fire up the cameras, you don't have this intimate moment where you decide to call some people some black bastards. I understand you're coming from a place of hate, but be more like, be Keanu, people. Don't be Liam Neeson. And that's why he's tapped out and Keanu's still beating people's ass as John Wick.
Is kept in a safe house, Brooklyn, 434 Wallace Place. They know you're coming.
Of course. But it won't matter.
Which I can't wait to see. Halle Berry's in it. You can't be in a movie with Halle Berry anymore, Liam. Last but not least, what the hell they doing with 21? Shaya bin Abraham Joseph. He went Old Testament on your ass. And look, man, they've been dogging 21 ever since he stopped wearing the Travis Scott jewelry and buying Bentley trucks and saying he was going to show her kids how to invest money. Then now all of a sudden 21 is a double agent, double, triple agent. And he's from, how long are the work visas? 21 been over here for a minute trap rapping, and all of a sudden his visa is up. Shame on whoever is at the record label that didn't know 21's visa was up or wasn't keeping up on top of that. You did? Because I bet you they was keeping up on track of Adele's or Ricky Martin's or wherever else you come from. You know what I mean? Who is it? What music is he under? I hope that's not Quality Control or whatever that is. They got to get that shit together, because if 21 Savage really is from England and you're not paying attention to his business, that's affecting your bottom line. Do good business. Do good business. Be who you are. Be you. And you'll be all right. Stop trying to be somebody you're not. Stop trying to hate on things you can't understand. And don't be Liam Neeson. Be Keanu Reeves. This has been the official McCoy podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Please continue to subscribe, listen to across all the beautiful podcasting platforms. We will see you next week.